Non-Americans of Reddit, what are some things that Americans do that we think is normal that you think really odd? Packing my products for me at the checkout. I didn't know there was a person hired to do that for me. Writing dates with the month first. Putting your flag on literally everything. Hey there, are you subscribed yet? Please do. Also leave a like on this video to help out the channel. You're always in election mode. It seems like you never get a break. Not adding the tax to the sales price. I get that the tax changes from state to state, but if they know how much to add at the checkouts, then why not just add it to the price label? Shoes in the house, swearing allegiance to the flag in school, and I could care less. St. Patrick's Day. I understand that America has a large Irish American population, but when I visited Ireland we literally just sat in the pub, had a bowl of chips and listened to Irish traditional music from a live band. America has parades and all this shit. Fly Confederate flags. You pledge allegiance every day in school. Why? I'm glad you are enjoying this video. Before we continue, don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. Making tea by heating up water in the microwave. The stove is fine, but the microwave actually upsets me. Using feet in inches instead of centimeters. Leave milk and cookies out for Santa instead of booze and a mince pie. Calling Craig, Craig, and not pronouncing the H in herb. When Americans have a medical issue, they just casually tell you what medicines they're taking for it. Sell weapons on Walmart, dude WTF. Your recipes tend to have random ingredients thrown in for no reason. Threaten people who will be voting for the opposing candidate, you guys are crazy lol. Excessive concern for political correctness. Paying for medical treatments. The tipping system makes me quite sad. Asking this same question over and over and over and over. Your lives revolve around politics, yet half of you don't vote. Ever think they might be connected? Thinking your military has the right to police the rest of the world. Moving out when one turns 18. Keep your shoes on when you go in someone's house. I can't possibly imagine being so rude and dirtying someone's house up like that, but I guess it's just not considered rude there, though I've heard it's regional, and that blows me away. Wearing shoes inside the house. Thinking that the British care about the Revolutionary War. Referring to their friends as a buddy of mine. Getting kicked out of home at 18. Walking around carrying guns. Like, WTF. Rail against socialized healthcare so much. It's so actively against your own self-interests. Not accepting history because you are too prideful to recognize at least one mistake. In my country we just laugh at our misery. With memes lol, no, but really, you guys can't take one reality check without feeling offended. There are tons of other things, but as I said, you are gonna feel offended. I have been thinking about them and came to the conclusion it's better to not say. Paying for healthcare, I'm sorry someone had to say it. Bleach your teeth, WTF are you thinking doing this? It's bleach. Of course it damages your teeth. Call crisps chips and chips fries. I asked my European colleagues this when they came to the US. They were very shocked of Walmart, not the store though, the people. Paying insane amounts for medical care. Guns being sold at Walmart, obese children, also when you go to a restaurant and order your food and they give you a plate that could feed an entire family. Eating every meal like it's your final meal before a death sentence. Selling guns at Walmart. Y'all stingy AF with when you seasoning meat. I'm from Jamaica, so it's weird to not see that. Just one thing. Because, honestly, American culture keeps amazing me. And not always in the good way, either. First thing that came to mind is deep frying everything. Guns in the supermarket. People in trucks yelling, with guns, drinking beer, while flying the flag and wearing camo print. Patriots. Latter is probably a stereotype. Being absolutely blind to the shortcomings of America. It's like gravely offending their mother or something. Every country has their faults, but holy shit if you say that to an American it's like starting another war. And that so many people are obsessed with what country their ancestors were from in 1700 something. Asking the same question on Reddit again and again while the answers are turned into yet another BuzzFeed article that, you know, feels repetitive. Said by a non-American one, no, in Germany corn is considered cattle feed. The idea of eating it is revolting. Your voting system. I tried to understand it but I just can't. I'd like to though. Tipping waitresses, etc. Calling a liquid gas, not even a specific kind, just gas. How does that work? I hate it so much. Smile at everyone. Random people just passing you smile or say hello sometimes twice to the same person if you see them again. I'm Russian and here for college, and if I say hi to you once I'm not going to again if I see you out the same day. I didn't forget I saw you last time, and to smile at every stranger IDK it's fake, like if I'm close with someone I smile BC it's a warm greeting, a personal one. If I don't know you I'm not going to act fake. IDK people here smile and then talk crap about the random person that they saw. A lot of people are just fake here, emo, or maybe I just haven't been here long enough to get it. Most Americans think that America is the only free country, rest of us are living under some dictatorship or slavery. Those hand-removing things in your kitchen sink. The obsession high schools and universities, colleges have with sports, particularly the variation of rugby involving huge shoulder pads and helmets, some of them apparently spending millions of dollars to build or upgrade their stadiums. Side note, to what extent is there a rigid social hierarchy with the jocks and cheerleaders at the top? How common is it for a sports star to be a notorious bully, or the school administration to turn a blind eye to the activities of bullies who have locally influential parents? The focus on one's origin. I mean, I'd understand the, my grandma is from Germany, so I'm 1/4 German. But the whole, I'm 1/16 Irish, or, one of my ancestors centuries ago was a native therefore I am too. Sort of stuff, like, there should be a time when one should be just American, I'd say. A lot of you use the term, on accident. I was always taught you do things, by accident. Saying I did that on accident just sounds odd to me. How are you on an accident? Selling 2-liter, half-a-gallon sodas at fast food chains. Breakfast for dinner. This has been asked countless times, at least once a week. You know there is a search function. Eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Gross. Break up with your or parents or best friend or whomever is important to you, over their choices in the last election. The waste of enormous amounts of food. People are starving, brah. Being so proud of their country. Don't get me wrong, I love my country as much as the next person, but y'all take to an extreme and sometimes even forget the bad things like eviction crisis. Being loud in general. Laugh tracks. Humor is weird. I tried to find a list of American comedians and I didn't find any I thought was funny, but I did found a few that I don't think is bad. While searching for British comedians, I found it to be more the opposite, where the majority was funny, and a few to be mediocre at best. But I would not really start looking at comedians in my own country, as we have a few gems, and a lot of shit. Shoot people. Duck, where do I start? Rough. Offering a strange girl a drink expecting you can bang her. Peanut butter and jelly on a sandwich. We have peanut butter on a sandwiches and jelly on a sandwich, but not both. Wearing shoes indoors. Stop seeing friends or family because you politically disagree with them. Thinking that public toilet cubicles are normal with their fake walls with huge gaps. Allow laws that state that if you take one step into their property, they can legally shoot you. Saying, I appreciate it, to pretty much everything and anything. Pump fuel by yourself. Here in Mexico someone's at every pump to do it for you. Two very different things. 1. When you get a prescription for medicine, the doctor prescribes a specific brand, rather than just the compound. 2. You make such a big production of weddings. I love some parts of it, but a lot of it is just nuts. Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. First of all, there's no jelly to be found here. And why would you have it with peanut butter? This sandwich just feels so American. How sugary and salty your food is. Aside from the other things mentioned in the answers, tipping. Just pay fair the waitresses already. Your stupid spelling and units of measuring. Your spelling doesn't simplify anything, and actually makes life far more difficult for everyone other than Americans. And your units of measurement is so stupid. Also, not paying your workers, and forcing them to live off of tips. No wonder your poverty is so high. Also, I don't need to know every little detail about America, and I am sick of seeing your dumb flag in my country. Getting into debt for non-essential items like a Gucci bag. Not eat rice regularly. Using toilet paper. Calling boyfriend, daddy. Register to vote. All citizens should by default be eligible to vote, it shouldn't be necessary to register. Especially not register as voting for either party beforehand. Also, citizens should not lose their right to vote because of a prison sentence or conviction. Accept the shitty society you live in. Being extremely stupid. Regarding anything, social, as socialist or communist, and treating the word like an insult. Like damn, that's a good thing. Having a tiny political spectrum. Bernie Sanders barely counts as left-wing by other countries' standards, and people out there are calling him a socialist or communist. Being so patriotic, but like, for everything. Or calling themselves America, I don't understand why. America is a continent. Voting for Trump. Shooting children. Liquid cheese. It's so gross. Every single thing Florida did. Riding horses on a dessert while eating steak. Not adding taxes to your prices, like why? In my country that's illegal to do. The way roads are designed. Put sugar on cereal. Still using Fahrenheit, why? Knowing parts of your constitution by heart and kids pledging allegiance to the flag every day, seems a bit too nationalist to me. Makes me uncomfortable tbh. Not eat rice every day, what else does one eat? Pledging allegiance to a flag. I get being patriotic for one's country and all, but every single day in school. Seems super excessive and unnecessary. Here in Canada we'd sing the national anthem in English some days, in French on others. Making fun of the lyrics and the only Canadian flags in the building was in the front foyer in sports rooms. The way you run elections. For a country that claims to love democracy, you do seem to do a lot to make it hard to vote. Shut the duck up. The use of the word American. I mean, I'm not from the USA, but I'm still from North America, and by that logic I'm still an American. Aside from that, the use of Z instead of S, and the reluctance to use the metric system.